Hey everybody, it's JT from VapestarsNetwork.com. Another device review. We're sticking with MCV out of the Philippines, and we're going to talk about the BioMech mechanical mod. This is a telescoping mod, as you can see here. Let's have a quick vape. Let's chat about it. Great little device right here, right? Very specific shape to it. It's a sleek looking device, right? Got some good lines. Definitely flares out at the top cap and then again down at the button. Very substantial, very heavy mod. From vaping on this and the Panzer, that seems to be a common theme. Lots of material, very heavy, high quality. I'll say that right out the gate. So basically, you remove, and I drop stuff all the time, man. You've got a top cap, right? 510 connection, little air grooves cut there, copper contact. I guess I don't call this adjustable, but it's floating. You run your atomizer all the way down there, screw it down tight, and then you slowly turn it, snug it up, like I think Grim Green says, snug, and make contact, and you're good to go. But that's copper and adjustable, floating. Then you've got your inner tube here. Okay, nice little plenty of ventilation, big old slits there, kind of see your battery through there. Then you've got the big kind of what I would call, I guess, the base. Lots of material, stainless steel. The threads on this, I wouldn't call them fine threads, but just at a glance, I've not compared, but they're a little more fine than on the Panzer. But still, I do not worry about cross-threading. That's just not a concern I have. Very nice threads, and pretty substantial. Not something you're really going to worry about cross-threading, in my experience. Then you've got your button assembly. Copper contact there. You can adjust that as well. As you adjust it, it adjusts the button. And then that killer MCV logo. I know I'm probably going to get a glare, but it's cool, and I'll show up close pictures of the different sections of this device at the end of the review. Stick around if you want to see that. I like this thing, I'll be honest with you. It's about 170 bucks. At a glance online, I saw it at esiggity.com, out of stock, but they do have it listed, so I assume they'll get more. About 170 bucks. There is a coupon code, and as far as I know, it should work on anything there. VapeStars, one word. Try that coupon code if you're interested, and you end up ordering this when they restock it. Should give you a couple bucks off. If I'm wrong, don't hate me. Sorry. A really nice device, right? I enjoy it. I go through phases where I'm not as much into telescoping mods and I like solid tube designs. But I tell you, there's something to be said to be able to just screw, and not have to carry extra tubes or change out tubes when you want to change battery sizes. 18350, 18500, 18650 all work just fine in this device. I like it. I use it quite a lot. Aesthetically, you can kind of see because of the flare, the step out, the telescoping, right, design. It's not what I guess I would call, gosh, I don't know what to call it, but when you've got something like a Nemesis or a solid tube and a 22 millimeter atomizer and everything looks nice and flush. That's just not what you're going to get with this. But it's got its own style, and I think that's kind of cool. I use this quite often, and when I don't use it for a while and then I grab it and throw a battery in it, I end up using it for a couple days straight. So I'm on my BioMech kick now. Here's where I don't get very technical, but I'm gonna mention it. I mentioned this in the Panzer review. I'm not the Basardo does a lot of technical stuff with his reviews. He's a boss for a reason, right? I'm the front porch dude that flips on the camera and starts chatting and just talks, right? That's all I do. But I run a very simple, very remedial voltage drop test with some of the devices that I have, okay? Very simple voltmeter, nothing fancy. I run it about 7 or 8 times and I average it out, okay? On average, I've been getting about a 0.6 volt drop off of this device. As it sits, as I vape, that's just me. It might be extremely lower or extremely higher depending on how dirty your device is, how clean it is, the build, the atomizer, your battery, all of those different things. That's about what I've been getting recently, right? Day-to-day vaping, which is what I think matters. You're going to be vaping day-to-day, right? You're not going to be in a lab hooked up to equipment doing that day-to-day. That's what I get. On average, anytime I'm carrying this mod, that's what I feel like I'm getting. It is what it is. Take it, leave it, ignore it, whatever you want to do. One thing I did notice, and I noticed quite a bit with the Panzer, as I'm vaping on it, my bottom button comes unscrewed a little bit. That does not happen with my BioMech. Not at all, right? The Panzer has a brass button, and this BioMech, as you can see, is stainless as well. I know how to fix that, but that doesn't happen so far. Ooh, I'm so glad I was just looking at the button. I'll tell you what does happen though. This reverse threaded locking ring gets binded up. Binded word? It is bound, it's stuck. Now, I'll get it undone later on. But again, vaping in real time, out and about, locking this mod, putting it in your pocket, and pulling it back out, this thing gets tightened up very easily. And right now, it's not a problem. But it's threaded down and stuck in the unlocked position. Not a problem because that button doesn't come unscrewed. I can set this upright. The button is flush. It's not going to fire, right? But it's something to think about. So if you have this or you're just getting this, just be careful and don't tighten this locking ring up. Either way, open or closed or on or off, don't tighten it up too much either way. That's what I say. I'll get this unstuck later, and it really doesn't affect it right now, but it's just something I noticed and wanted to mention. It is what it is. 170 bucks. Come to think of it, I've not seen a clone of this device. I really like it. So if you're into it, if you've got the budget for it, if it makes sense to you, try it out. I have a feeling some people just won't like the design of this. The kids next door are screaming. Some people might not like that design. They might be far more into a sleeker look. But, you know, it's got its place, and I think it's pretty cool. And I've enjoyed using it. Stick around. I'm going to show you some up-close pictures of the individual pieces and sections. Otherwise, thanks. We'll see you next time.